Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Randy,
And I'm Aaron. We're your local cryptids.
and welcome to Tangents.
You sounded like you were struggling a little bit. Do you not know your name, Randy?
No, I don't know my name, Aaron.
You're just like, who am I? Am I actually Aaron?
No, wait.
That's the ultimate April Fool's Day prank. We just reveal to them, you've been Aaron and I've been Randy the entire time.
No,
They've been
no,
bamboozled.
No. I've been Scott this whole time. Now give me your liver.
Give me your liver. I'll give you my liver in exchange for your bone marrow.
Sorry, I just can't make that trade. I'm still gonna need your liver.
You're just like, sorry, can't part with the marrow. You still have to give me your liver. Oh no. Speaking of Scott, there's a potential for him to be our editor. I think that would be quite nice. It'd reduce the workload from our current editor.
Yes, it'd break Aaron's bones a considerable amount less.
Yeah, after last week, I don't usually mind editing, but last week was one of the weeks where I was like, can I please be relieved of my living privileges?
And the marching on of time said no.
Yeah, I'll kill you if you don't want to live. Desire to live or else, scum! Nah, but in all seriousness, like last week, the audio I ended up spending twice as long editing it because we recorded from two different locations and the audio was doubled. I ended up cutting out all the space in between, adjusting accordingly so that way the conversation flowed right, but oh boy, was that not fun.
Yeah, that just sounds like cock and ball torture without the cock and ball.
Sometimes life is just CBT without the C and B.
Or it's, champagne, but the sham is silent.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, Randy, how's it going?
Well, for the funny alone, I wish I could say it's been champagne without the sham, but in reality, it's both sham and pain.
Well then, that sounds mighty unfortunate.
Actually, I was trying to do something there, but then I just realized right now how much that didn't make sense.
Life is just the sham and the pain.
Nothing's real and it hurts all the time.
Oh. No. No.
Yeah! I love how I know Japanese words, but I don't know how to write them.
Knowledge.
Thonks.
Knowledge 22 and a half. Or just interpretation.
My IQ in Japanese is equal to 24!
Listen, man, IQ points are for people who are going somewhere. And, people who are expected to care, which is why mine's the number that comes after 5. I'm joking, of course. When I was in 2nd grade, I got I think I scored a 130, I apparently had 132 IQ, which was pretty nice, pretty stonks, except then I had expectations cast upon me that resulted in the form that you see now.
Ah, yes. Well, see, that's the reason why I just thought, oh, what a cool number. And nothing else.
I thought, wow, that's a high number. Almost as high as I scored in the
Finish that sentence.
No. Anyway, I was like, wow, a number, that's pretty nice. I know that scoring high is good. And they're like, wow, you're going to do good, right? And I'm like, I'll try my best. And they're like,
am I?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just a child and you can't put these unrealistic expectations upon me that you yourself wish that you could, hold yourself to. And they're like, are you okay?
And you're just like, no, because you're expecting things of me. Now stop!
I'm kidding. I as a 4th grader, it was very much so just, you're going to do well, you're going to do really well, you're going to aim to be a scientist, right? Me? Yes. And look where I am now.
No.
Co-host of Tangents.
And also the resident artist.
Of course. Well,
I could just give the show to him and he could talk to you guys on a live stream.
Nah, not really. I don't quite have the personality on my own.
I don't either. I'm a boring individual.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's possible for both of us to be a boring individual, unless, of course, two borings does make an interesting. We're two halves of an interesting whole, I guess.
It's because we have things to talk about together.
Mm-hmm.
But by myself, all I'd be doing is making videos of me putting engines and bikes together and saying, engineer.
Honestly, if the whole tangents deal falls out, we'll just do that.
Right?
I'll just be the cameraman.
And show our faces and, build bikes.
No. Not showing faces. We don't do that here. We'll show our real life hats. Hey, hat reveal.
Oh, yeah! Millions! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's the 1,000,000 subscriber milestone. It's our hats. Like, it's a video of us clearly wearing our hats, but it cuts off below the brim. Oh, I'd love that. That would be funny.
Yeah, it's too bad I don't have the Stars and Stripes hat anymore.
I could get you one. Bringing back the classic hat. I'd do it.
Well, the only reason I'm wearing this one right now is for novelty's sake. I mean...
Understandable.
The reason why we haven't changed it from Stars and Stripes to what I'm currently wearing is because Realtree camo is impossibly difficult to replicate in a drawing.
Mm-hmm. I just didn't do it because I figured that the Stars and Stripes is a bit more iconic.
Yeah, and that too.
And also just befits your character.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I'm against... I may fly under the flag, but it's with a gun to its head.
Well then. Alright then.
Well, it probably befits my personality, but it doesn't befit my modus.
I see. Well, I've thought of a conversational topic, unless of course you have one off the top of your head.
Go ahead.
Communism in the New World. I'm kidding. That should be a topic one day, but...
Far left.
Don't
no,
you mean socialism?
Kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Center left.
What?
Do you know how far left the left
No.
gone?
I'm like center left. What is... How many, like, different positions are there?
Okay. So, you have your moderates, which just don't exist anymore.
Well, I'm a moderate.
No.
How do you know?
You're deep red because you're in the middle.
Deep red?
Deep red.
Deep red. Okay, I thought you said D-bread, and I was wondering what D-bread is.
I was ready to take your life in that instant.
No. It's like a cookie cutter D made out of bread. D-bread.
D-bread.
It's like the world's worst peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No, it's D-brand.
D-brand, the sponsor of this video. D-brand, please don't take the wife and kids. I really want you to just be joking, please.
And like,
we're okay, right, guys? Please? Please?
No, and then they'd come out with the new skin fabric for the literal skin.
No.
Ow. So cursed.
So cursed. But speaking of sponsors, we got we have to talk. We have to really thank our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, we wish.
I'm gunning for sponsor percent. I'm serious.
Sponsor percent completion.
Yeah, we talked about this.
All right, I can't.
I can't. Not anymore. I'm not strong enough. I'm sorry. What were we talking about before?
I don't know. You tried bringing it up, and then I interjected.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the political punch cards.
And like, the two parties used to share the middle. They just don't anymore.
I see.
If you like genuinely want to vote for a blue candidate, well, chances are you're going to have high tax increases because of a conversion to full-on socialism. I mean, we partially already have that because, like, you'll take a hit to your credit, but if you don't want to pay your hospital bills, you just don't have to.
Really?
Yeah. Eventually, after about 10 years, they'll just stop bothering you about it.
Huh. Fair enough.
Like it's already half socialized.
Yeah, I got you.
But the other half of that would be, oh, you thought you had to pay money? Fool.
Yeah, I got you.
Like they'll explicitly tell you in full socialism that you do not have to pay because there is no bill. However, in the UK, if you have if you want to like cling on to hope of say, this is going to come out extremely, but say you have a vegetable family member, and they,
you could have gone with like maybe mentally impaired instead of vegetable.
Well, mentally impaired doesn't describe the severity of the situation.
I see.
You know, they're just in bed on life support. You know what they'll do? They'll give you a notice. They'll be like, "All right, we're taking her off, and you have no say. Would you like to say your goodbyes?"
Yikes!
Rather than, "Oh no, can I please like?" No, you're not allowed to pay.
Mm-hmm. I think there was a story a little while, like a few years back, about this family whose kid like legitimate like had a disease or some sort of affliction, and doctors in the U.S. could have treated it, but the U.K. refused to let them leave and let the child seek treatment in America. Like they kept appealing, but I think the child ended up passing away before they could even do anything about it.
Yeah, it's things like that. It's because like if a treatment's not air quotes necessary, they just won't give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless of course you're trying to get gender transition surgery. For some reason, that's necessary over there.
I see.
And I guess it'd really suck if you could just go ahead and leave when you ran into that problem.
Mm-hmm.
For that country, because
yeah.
Everyone would leave. We'd have an influx of people with horrible breaths. No, I'm just kidding. With horrible teeth. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, they still brush them, they still clean them. It's just like, what the hell's braces over there?
I see. So dental is.
You remember? Crap. We don't have an alternate name for the person I'm thinking of. She's from school.
Is it the individual that we no longer speak to?
No, her name starts with a G.
Okay. What we can do is I'll just or whoever's editing this one, we can just edit it out. So, future editor of the future, edit out the name in 3, 2, 1. No, I have no idea who that is.
Oh, okay. Well, when I first saw her, she didn't have braces, and like her teeth were pretty crooked. She was like she's studying abroad from the UK.
Oh, I see.
And then like the next time I had seen her, she had braces on.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that they wouldn't like, because all healthcare is socialized over there. Mm-hmm. You can't get braces in the UK.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That just is how that is?
Yeah. Like,
that sucks.
Everyone's teeth over there is fucked up because of it, because they don't do unnecessary treatments like braces.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they would label as a cosmetic treatment. And they're not wrong, but that's kind of fucked, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. It's not good. Like when I had braces, I remember that part of it was because like this tooth right here, I had 3.
Oh,
like baby
you
tooth
had 3
came
front
out.
Teeth, right?
Mm-hmm. At least in that one, I guess you could say tooth column, though that feels weird to say. The tooth column. Anyway, the second one came down and it was crooked. Like the tooth itself was like gnarled, like twisted. It was really weird looking.
Oh yeah, here, look right here.
Yeah, I see.
Is it just like that, where
Not
you have
really.
Teeth stacked on top of each other like I do?
Not quite, but they found out that there was a fine one up here, and they didn't want it to come down all weird or whatever. And so that was the first time I'd ever had surgery in my life. And they went up in there, and that kind of like they attached a special button to the tooth up there, and slowly over the course of the month of like a year, pulled it down to where it is now. But the reason why I'm saying that is because like that kind of kick-started me getting braces. So I very likely would have a really weird looking tooth if it weren't for that sort of flexibility.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all advantages of having to pay for healthcare yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the whole credit cancellation that they have,
Mm-hmm.
hospitals don't have like, and it's also Obamacare's fault. Um, uh, let's see, emphasis on the word also. But hospitals just don't have any incentive to lower their prices
Mm-hmm.
because like eventually the government will get around to it.
Yeah, I see. I see.
Which is why prices for healthcare here are so fucked.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. There's like the argument of, oh, well, other countries are doing it, but then again, it's like, like we just discussed, there's
They're not
drawbacks to it.
doing it well.
Uh huh. And essentially, it's healthcare is always in the, your health is always in the hands of the doctors and such that you choose to go to. However,
You get to choose to go to a doctor.
mm-hmm.
Whereas
Yeah.
over there, they're just like, well, hold on, let's see if any doctors will be able to see you in the first place for issue X.
I don't know.
And there's some people who will wait, like, in Canada, there are stories of people waiting like 3 months to get a broken arm seen.
No.
Yeah,
Yikes.
those waiting lists are fucking impossible.
That's repulsive.
It's just,
I don't know.
ugh.
It's like we need like I think that a bit of reform within the system is in line, but we don't need to convert to socialism. Just
Yeah.
finding a way to make healthcare like yeah. I think that the concept of
Removing
making
the government stranglehold is what we need to do.
Mhm.
Because then they'll be like, damn, people aren't coming to us because it's too expensive. Why don't we just turn the dial down? And they're still going to earn a shit ton of money because it's a necessary service.
yeah
You
yeah.
have to get healthcare at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you break something, whether you develop a disease that can't be cured by over-the-counter medicine, well, treated,
Yeah yeah.
you have to go to a doctor. It's just they've made it to where like you have to pay boatloads for a doctor because, like, fuck you, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And it's a real shame.
Yeah,
I find no qualm with the concept of wanting cheaper and more affordable healthcare for people who do not have that sort of who can't fork out the thousands of dollars to get an X-ray or meet the insane bills that hospitals and other healthcare institutions do dish out. I find no qualm with that. I think that it's a reasonable request to want to be able to get seen for a broken arm within 3 months and not have to break the bank to do it. But
right.
but at the same time, like you mentioned, government stranglehold, loosen that. That sort of biz.
Uh-huh.
There's a way to find the middle ground to where the healthcare can be affordable, and you still have choice in the matter.
Mm-hmm.
You still have, you can have your cake and eat it too. I think.
Yeah, I just think the one sad thing about that is that we cannot boycott this bullshit or else people start dying on mass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's one of those things. It would take someone who is who's running with that as a pillar of their thing instead of running with the pillar of free healthcare. They run with the pillar of I don't even know what the proper term would be.
Decent private healthcare.
Yes.
And we already have that. It's way too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
Yeah. It's unfortunate is what it is.
Uh-huh. And I mean, would you like it to be expensive or would you like it to be fucking non-functional?
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things. It's just
Damn, it makes you wonder where the hell are all those taxes going?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's one of those. Well, I mean,
especially in France.
At least in America, the question of where our taxes are going. I mean, we do have the budget that we can look at, and it's military.
Yeah, it's military here.
Mm-hmm.
Except our taxes aren't even that bad.
Yeah, I'm aware, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's why we have such an impossibly high deficit.
Yeah.
But actually, the deficit isn't particularly bad. People worry about it for no reason. We learned that in macro.
Oh yeah, macro.
Right.
Well, it's macroeconomics, so I guess I'm sort of right. I get a half point. I get a half point.
No, you get the whole one. It's just I was going to use the shortened form.
Of course. I like doing things the long
macro
way around. Mech.
Time to die.
Actually got into a pretty interesting, I guess you could call it a debate with an individual on YouTube. It's this video talking about, our privacy and preventing our data from being stolen, and kind of people's complacency with letting companies kind of feel around in your data and all that.
Put their hands where it doesn't belong.
The Zuck with his Facebook and all that. And just people's
listening to keywords from your microphone.
All that jazz, location services, and it's like, it's one of those things. I was focusing more on like the biometric scene.
And I had made a joke to where it's like I was looking something in my Instagram DM said I was looking at my older brother's activity because I wanted to speak with him, and it's like active today. And then I had discussed with Aaron over here, like, bitch, you can literally pull up a Beano ad from listening to my farts in a mic, but you can't tell me my brother's activity by the hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's in the Dimmick quotes.
The thing is I'm very certain it has the power to tell you it by hour, but they don't want to give you the impression they're listening too much. But still, the issue that I take with biometrics is, just the concept of it is just deeply unsettling. And people toss up the idea of just, oh, it's a giant corporation. What are they going to do with it? And it's like, out of all the futuristic ways of unlocking your phone, why does it require you giving up your data? Why does it require you giving up your fingerprint, something the government asks for to know who you are? Why does it need those? And I understand the choice.
It doesn't.
Of course. But they were like, one person responded and they were like, it's so, this vague fear of what's going to happen. It's so unidentified. Why do people care, essentially? And I tried to explain, like, it's the concept of your data being stolen. It's, an unidentified fear is still a fear at the end of the day. It's paranoia of the worst that could happen.
And it comes back to what our first of the two junior year English teachers we had. He told us about the levels of fear and that treatise on it that some old dead guy had made. Man, It always comes back to what old dead people had said.
Well,
and he said, like, the final most terrifying level of fear is dread. Mm-hmm. Fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. Like, why should I fear the unknown? Mm-hmm. But apparently companies are just like, well, you better start running.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm like, from what? And they're like, well, your data's getting stolen. What do you think we're going to do with that? Yeah. And I'm like, make money?
Yeah.
And suddenly your skin just starts crawling. Not with fear, not with anger, but with a cold, unloving hatred.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, the guy responded, like I was talking about, like, or the individual responded, and I was talking about, the fear, the fact that unidentified fear, it's still fear at the end of the day. It's still the fact that a corporation that someone can hack into, listen to me, people. Don't let people lie to you. There is no such thing as something that is unhackable.
Yes.
It exists, therefore it can be hacked. It is literally the technology equivalent of Rule 34.
If it exists, there will be smut!
Hackerton! Anyway, we'll skip away from the degeneracy. He responded with, like, people also have, a vague fear of red rubber balls, and I'm like, that's not... It's not the
same thing.
I know, and I tried to explain, he's like, well, I mean, the idea is kind of the same, and I'm like...
No.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not going to respond. It's like, we don't see eye to eye. Whoever the individual is, they don't see the issue. And it's like, you know what? If you're fine with giving up your data, that's fine. You give up your data all you like. If that's how you prefer to enter your phone, if that's what makes you feel, for whatever strange and backwards reason, if that's what makes you feel safe, then you do it. But me personally, I will stick to a passcode. Because you want to know something? If someone cracks my passcode, they get entry into my phone. You know what? Yes. Getting entry into my phone either way is bad, but at least in one case, they only have a passcode. They do not have my fingerprints. Sure, they have all the, the stuff that, the things that I have obtained over the years of questionable legality, but...
It's like, fingerprints are getting more and more common, is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once you have someone's fingerprint, you could just snap your fingers and everything is available.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, the fact that Apple in particular, it's hard to trust them because they tether like their biometric stuff to their pay service. Like you can do face pay or whatever stupid name they came up with to make you not worry.
Face pay.
And it's like, great. They can like fingerprints on the scene of a crime. That's literally like that can make or break a case. And sure, I don't think that anyone is. I don't think there's a high chance of someone breaking in, grabbing all the fingerprints, and forging, faking a crime scene with your prints. But at the same time, that chance isn't zero. Because there's some really messed up people out there that do want your data, that do want your identity.
Yeah, they'll steal it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole premise of LifeLock.
LifeLock?
Yes. It's like I'm a...
Help me, I can't get out. Oh, that's Life Alert, not Life...
You fool!
Yes, LifeLock. My data's been taken and I can't get it back.
Because that's under the context that they'll use it to steal your home, car, family away from you.
They just Yoshikage Kira sneak into your family and kick you out.
Well, there's no Cinderella stance. I think that family's going a little far.
They just don't care.
They'll steal your life away from you. And LifeLock is supposed to, protect against that. Like, specifically with your credit card information and stuff. I have a feeling that they have a biometric section of that now.
Mm-hmm.
But what made me, completely stop paying attention to those ads is that they partnered with Norton Security.
Oh.
And
I thought you were about to say NordVPN. I was like, I don't know why they got that sponsorship, but can I have it?
No.
Come on, NordVPN. You know you want us.
Norton Internet Security. And we had that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
And when it did find something, it
didn't really care.
It was something that I knew was safe. And I'm like, you're really going to tell me about this .exe that I downloaded from a trusted website, you fool.
I mean, Chrome even usually lets you
Chrome.
know. I love that Chrome has a thing to where it's like, even
this
lets you know.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, it'll let you know, hey, man, listen, buddy, this site isn't really secure. You should probably go back to safety. And you can choose to say no and still do it anyway. But, even look at this. Look at the top of this page. Secure. It's a little lock.
Although,
I mean, it says your connection's secure. You can block notifications. It's nice. You like to see it. The certificate, valid. It's all good. I mean,
but
sure, I don't know.
But that still doesn't make any difference.
I know, but
once
I'm still
a hacker has the secure connection, they can fuck you even harder.
I'm just saying, at the very least, for sites, at the very least, the precursory glance is usually helpful. But Norton Internet Security, I had it on my laptop, the Fossil. And no kidding, it worked for a few days, but I guess it just auto-installed a trial. And after that, for the rest of the time that I had it, it kept just throwing up just cringy messages to where it's like, your internet security is at risk, and risk would be in have this black effect box around each of the letters, and the letters would be this bright red, and it would have this spiel, and it was the funniest thing every day. I could be having a bad day, but I'd laugh at it every time just because how stupid it was.
Your internet security is at risk.
Norton Internet Security is gone.
Update your free trial with a monthly subscription.
And it's stupid. But still, back to the general theme of, protecting your security. Eventually, I would love to move to, Linux, because I know there's a particular skin of Linux that's been well vetted for, making sure that no one's going to touch your data and everything. All that good stuff.
Touch your technological selves jiggly bits.
Oh, no. But still, I'd love to make the move to Linux one day, but...
Well, funny thing is, you already have...
What?
Android.
Well, you know what I mean, on my computer.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving you
I don't know, the only thing is look at this. Look at this screen. What do y'all notice is wrong? Audience, what do y'all notice is wrong? That's right, activate Windows, but I have a custom background. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's broken, and I don't want to give that up.
Yep. However, It's novelty at this point. Like he could go ahead and, you know, because Linux, in Linux, free does in fact spell free.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things, like, I don't know really how Linux operates, but...
Commands.
Yeah, and I'd have to learn how to use Linux, but I would do it willingly, just to prevent for further data theft, and also, I think it's like, once you get over the commands, it's easier to work with. Or it's just an easier operating system in general.
Definitely.
And also it has the Android thing of, like, you can have, like, if you don't like the way it looks, or I guess, like, certain functions that it has, you just go online, you find a better version.
I like to see this.
Overclocking Linus's PC. You gotta love that.
Uh-huh. Live. At 5:55. I wonder if they're still going.
How long does it take to overclock?
Well, in some cases, like 4 hours.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, under liquid nitrogen and whatnot.
Oh, I see.
Overclocking the fans. It was so silly. I remember that video where Linus overclocked his fans in a computer.
What?
You know how they're rated between certain RPMs? Well, he set it over the rated value.
How did that work?
Because the little controller in there, all it does is connect to the there's no real limit. It's just it has its own logic board.
It just flies out. Just
like a server fan.
Oh my word.
Yeah, oh yeah. On the first demonstrative AMD server, if you were to pull one of the fans out, they all go to max RPMs, and it's funny because they're blowy matrons.
Oh my word. Want to know something funny?
What?
I never really knew the concern for, like, having a quiet PC until I got mine. Like, whenever the fans kick up, it's kind of distracting, and I'm like, well then, this is hypocritical of me to think that, the whole wanting a quiet PC business was overrated. Which is not the worst. I have headphones.
Well, it's not actually particularly loud.
Well, I mean, the fans haven't really kicked up.
Well, let's make them kick up. No, I'm just kidding.
Crisis. I'll play Crisis.
3!
Nah. I think Crisis 1 is more demanding than 3, and that's the funny.
Oh, yeah?
I think it is. Like...
Running Crisis on an AMD CPU with no GPU.
Yeah, I literally couldn't do that.
No, like,
That's an actual channel? Or, like, video?
Yeah, that's something that Linus does with the test server. The 64 core, I believe.
Maybe.
With 128 threads, I think that was it.
I don't know.
Unless, of course, they have a 128 core.
Just thinking of the petabyte server.
The petabyte project.
Mm-hmm. I love that he got himself to 2 petabytes.
Petabytes? Peta!
PETA!
I'm gonna kill you.
Well, that's just par for the course now, isn't it? That's just par for the course now, isn't it?
Alright, I know the video title. Cringe Politics. Because what do we open with?
Polycringe. Polycringe.
Sleepy Joe's kid addiction. Sleepy Joe's kitty porn addiction.
Despite, like, I think that, like, despite which candidate you prefer, Trump or Biden, you can't deny that, like, Biden is one creepy son of a gun. Like, right. The guy is legit, like, jokes aside, he's fun to meme on, but, like, legitimately speaking, the guy's a creep.
Yeah, and he's also fucking retarded. He literally has dementia.
Yeah. It's just
and even before he started developing the symptoms, he was still a fucking retard.
Oh no.
And also what him and Obama ran on a campaign against gays.
They did?
Yes. They were like, all right, well, we're not... Well, we can't allow gay marriage in our country.
I want to see the source for that, my man. Send
Well,
me the article, or like an article.
it was something they were saying just so that they wouldn't get cast out by the Red Party.
I see. Well, I mean, they're trying to win over the Blue Party, or they were trying to.
They already had.
Well, okay.
Because they were jumping over themselves about a black president. And
I see.
one of the first things that Joe Biden has said was like oh wow, he's black, and he actually isn't fucking retarded. That's what he said. For the most part, he didn't cuss at the people, but that's basically what he said while he was talking about Obama while he was running. A coherent black man. Would you look at that?
Oh.
Fucking shit. Could you make it any more obvious?
The Democrats in 2020, anyone but Bernie. Because that kind of was the idea I got.
Yeah, they kept screwing him, man.
Which, I mean, the thing is like, other people in the party, they kept throwing their support behind Biden, and it's like, there were so many better choices. Like, there were comparatively better choices. Like, most of the other people in the running don't, like, have dementia.
Right?
Like, Bernie, for what he's worth,
they want someone they can control, though. That's what I see.
Yeah. That is very clearly it. Like, and the thing is like, Bernie, for what he's worth, I feel like he would have given Trump a good run for his money. It would have been interesting.
At the least. Although, I have a feeling that he would have probably wiped the floor with Trump.
How so?
Because every single 18-year-old in the country would be drooling at, like, would be foaming at the mouth at the words free college.
I see.
And, I mean, the more mentally astute of us would be like, all right, bitch, how you doing it?
Yeah.
But
you're paying out of pocket, my friend.
Probably. He's a multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm. Get a billionaire up there.
I think he actually became a billionaire just from his campaign funds.
I don't know. It's just a shame. I don't think Bernie really deserved to be shafted, especially when the alternative
He didn't deserve to be shafted. However, he wasn't much better.
Of course. But at the very least, I think that if he would have been elected, he wouldn't like forget that he was the president. He wouldn't forget where he was.
He wouldn't forget that he was sitting in the Oval.
He'd attempt to run us into the ground, but then again, at the very least, we'd have a bit of time. We'd have like...
Yes, we wouldn't be like in the middle of war with Korea right now.
Mm. Well, I mean, the thing is like, I think that if a president that does stand on the policies of essentially free at the corner of happy and healthy, for every boy and every girl, I legitimately don't think that their policies would ever pass.
No.
No, legitimately speaking, because there's
not even the most retarded Democrat would believe that Mahoney.
I don't know. I think there's some of them. I think there's
like
some
3.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
well, 3 in the government.
And like I said earlier, I don't think there's wrong with wishing for free college or free healthcare. However, people need to understand that those are perfect world scenarios, and this is not a perfect world.
Right. And at the end of it all, a part of it is that Americans don't want to pay for that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because where do you think the money's coming from? You stupid bitch.
Well, I mean, I think that part of it, if we're talking, let's say hypothetical, Bernie did get elected. I think part of it would be he would pull funds, a lot of the funds from the military. And
but
pour
it still wouldn't be anywhere near enough.
Of course, because college is, at the end of the day, a very expensive thing.
And I have a feeling that colleges would be like, what? The government's going to pay? Our prices aren't high enough. We need to make it $1 million per day.
Mm-hmm.
And that would become a vicious cycle.
Although, I think that free college might not be the path. However, compromise, I think, is legitimately essential to a a government that properly works. So I would say that, having a standard of, payment for community colleges. Have a max payment that you could reasonably charge students.
Although I have a feeling that doesn't really work because you know who sanctions student loans? The government.
Oh.
And that's the whole reason why college is so impossibly expensive across the nation.
Mm-hmm.
even community colleges are kind of ridiculous. And the way we would fix that is by getting rid of things like student loans.
Well,
Like, if you just completely get rid of student loans, then colleges will be forced to lower their prices, like I was talking about hospitals.
mm-hmm. However, I don't think that would work quite as well. Because the thing is, student loans, yes, they do help pay, but I don't, like, that wouldn't quite be the wake-up call I think colleges would need to get them to lower their prices. Because, you know, they don't really care about where the money comes from so long as you pay
It
for it.
comes in the first place.
Like, taking away student loans, while it is a, I think maybe reducing how much interest they can charge would be the better way to go about student loans, because there's some people who legitimately don't have the money to pursue what they want to do.
Right.
And I think that, you know, it's the companies that jack up the interest rate to where it is impossible to fully pay it back. Even going so far as, if you died, then hounding your loved ones for that money. It's just extremely inhumane. They should
I think that's
not.
how every loan works.
Well,
it
even
gets
so.
saddled onto your loved ones.
Of course, and I mean that's an issue with loans across the board. But at the very least, you know, I understand that no loan comes without a price. You are borrowing money, and as such, it should be
returned.
Yes. However, I think that in the case of loss of life, that there should be a bit of humanity. You should understand that you cannot reason, like, that should not be a thing written into the contract. These companies very likely have a bunch, like, these are very likely $1 million companies doing, over millions of dollar companies doing this. They have the money. Like, $1,000 is not that much to spend to these companies. I mean, they dish that out in loans every day.
Right.
You know.
Expecting to get it back in how many fucking years?
As many years as it takes, essentially. And that's the thing, is it's like, there should be something. There should be something to go, okay, you've overstepped your boundaries.
Right.
We've come back to politics. Let's talk about JoJo. How's Part 6 treating you? Are you still in the room?
No. I'm actually pretty far along. They found all the stand discs.
Oh, I see. So, is it the Foo Fighters fight?
It's after that.
Oh, okay.
And I've been properly introduced to Weather Report. It's awesome.
Weather Report's pretty cool, and his backstory is really interesting.
I haven't seen the stand yet. When I saw him, for some reason in my head, I'd connected it back to Poochie.
I see.
But then he says Weather Report and he steps forward and I'm like, oh god.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have a memory, so. But his stand, I will say, the design of the stand is rather plain, but I really like it. It's one of those that, like, it's simple but effective.
Kind of like wow, you move pretty fast. Imagine moving faster than the speed of light to stop time. Just starts vibrating.
We're talking essentially Silver Chariot levels of simplicity.
Oh, okay. Sword stamp.
But it's really cool. Weather Report is just, it's such a cool stand. Like, controlling the weather. Who'da thunk it?
Right.
But also, I personally love Poochie's stand. Just Whitesnake is so cool. And he picks up a gun. He just
picks up a gun.
I love that. Like, sure, we know they can pick up objects. I just love that Whitesnake is really the first to ever use the gun for something. Other than proving the fact that stando do exist. We are 43 minutes into the podcast, and that means I must grab my water.
Oh, I see.
It seems like every episode I never start it off with my water nearby. I wonder how well they can hear this.
Can the people even hear you from this distance? Who knows? Find out next time on Tangents.
What was that? Just tangents.
Tangents.
I was so different from your usual, like, deeper voice. Just tangent. It sounds like you came from, like, saying, like, wow, tangents.
Find out next time on Tangents.
Tangents. We are the Tangents.
Except this man isn't tan.
It just brings me down to
I
tears.
just make you cry.
I mean, when I was little, I wanted to be tan. I could not understand why I just kept burning. And like my mom had to explain to me, like, sweetie, you can't tan. It's part of, it's just isn't there. You don't have the
I
genes
can't
to tan.
tan. Your daddy can't tan. Our parents can't tan. You can't tan, little one.
Well, fun fact, my mom and I can't tan, but my dad can. Like,
Yeah,
my dad
I've
sits
seen
out in
his
this.
tan. At that point, I was just making funny.
Yeah, of course. However, I mean, the thing about my dad is he just walks outside for a walk and he gets tanner. The man just has the genes.
He turns black.
Oh no.
He walks in.
That's not how that works.
No. I once saw him. I once saw a video where it was making the joke where like this guy was just washing his hands and suddenly he's just looking into the sink like, what the fuck? He keeps washing and his hands turn white.
Oh no. But sorry, go
on. It was just something else. It's like, wait, what the fuck? He keeps washing.
No.
He's like super dark black too, so it's just like, what the fuck? I felt the shock in his eyes.
It felt real.
Yeah. Either it's amazing editing or like he has the kind of disease where you start losing your pigment and it are already taken his hands.
That
he
would
was
be
basically just washing off paint.
He's just washing off paint. That'd be funny. I didn't know there was a disease that stole your pigment.
Yeah,
your pigment, hand it over.
Yeah, and when it goes full procession, it's very dangerous to step out into the sun.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah, because you burn pretty much instantly.
Yikes! That's really
because that's what the pigment in your skin is for, to prevent burning.
Well, why else do you think I wear a jacket all the time?
Because your skin.
Skin?
Bonds. My skin and bonds.
My skin? It crisp. Crisper than a potato chip.
It's just a giant picks you up after you're done bathing in the sun. Potato chip.
Oh no!
You're just looking at him like...
Not again.
No.
When I crunch. But tell me, how are you liking the overall story of Stone Ocean? Give me your critical thoughts, Randy.
It's interesting, although I don't like how they had to just basically kill Joe. Extreme spoilers for part 6 of JoJo.
You already kicked down that door. You might as well step all the way in.
Extreme spoilers for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6.
Oh, I am going to be editing this
episode.
Stone
Ocean.
I am going to be editing this episode. Scott hasn't read Stone Ocean, so he can't edit this one. I can't let him do this. Go on.
Well, I didn't actually say the whole thing, so it's not too late.
I mean, you're going to, though. But still, I know what happens to Jotaro.
Yeah,
to Jotaro.
I could dodge around him.
To Jotaro and the gang.
The gang. Well, I mean, everyone else is already dead, right? So it's not that much difference.
Oh.
But I just kind of hate what they do to him. They just disable him immediately. It sucks.
Yeah, but then again, it does suck. But then again, I
think that my take on it is that it shouldn't have taken something that drastic to get the new main character into action, into gear.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily see it from a point of getting Jolene to really get into action, really take things seriously. I see it more from the perspective of, Poochie as the villain. He realizes the
Coochie master.
The Coochie man. Anyway, I think it's noticing how much of a threat Jotaro represents, because he killed Dio.
Yeah.
He's
the only other stand user who can use time stop.
And I remember reading it, right? And the way that he set up Jotaro was essentially he figured out how to checkmate Jotaro, how to checkmate time stop. You know, and I look at it from that point of, you know, it's kind of a matter of who has the greater result, that sort of thing.
Mm.
And also, like, from a villain's perspective, it makes sense why he would disable Jotaro as quickly as possible, because of just the obstacle he represents. If he fails, then that's it. His plan is over. He's getting a 80-page order.
80. It only take 2.
I know, but 80-page order because, well, he harmed Jotaro's daughter.
Boy Angie.
He touched the family. He gets the beat.
He'd probably kill him after page 3, and then the rest is just anger beating.
He dusts his bones.
They're not even dust anymore. They're atoms. Like, you can't make contact with them because the force from the punches has broken the fucking
Andrew,
chemical bonds.
Can you imagine, like, Stone Ocean, but if Josuke had come? That would be cool.
That would. He brought Josuke along because he trusts him.
You really are a reliable guy. It's actually Koichi.
He already had his chance in part 5, but all he did was introduce everyone.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with Koichi just being there temporarily. You know? I feel like him being present throughout the part kind of would have taken away from Giorno and all.
I have a feeling that Josuke would have, like... He would have probably stuck around.
Maybe, but...
Because, like, Koichi's kind of... He's a practical kind of man.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to stick around for danger on purpose. Regardless of what it's for. But Josuke would probably pick up on the drug problem.
Yeah.
Because he'd probably be looking for that kind of... It's all about the Joestar blood thing.
Yeah. But still, the issue that Josuke would have represented is...
2
Giorno,
healers is too many.
Well, kind of that is it. You know, Giorno, his healing ability comes from him evolving as a person, learning to use golden experience in a new way. Araki would have had to write a situation where Josuke was essentially down and out for the count. You know.
Medic! We need a fucking medic! That was our medic!
Giorno steps forward. Not today. And, you know, the issue with Giorno's hands being cut off in the fight against Notorious Big, Notorious Chase.
Notorious Chase.
Nah. Well, I mean, that's an okay name since that's kind of what the stand is. And, you know, it would have deprived Trish of an opportunity for growth. You know, if they could just heal the hands, then, well...
Yeah, but it would have completely changed the dynamic.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at, too. It would have made a huge difference to send Josuke instead of Koichi.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Mr. Jojo Man said it himself. Koichi, you truly are a reliable guy.
Wait, I found the perfect in-between. Someone who would stick around but wouldn't break the group dynamic. Someone who's underutilized in Part 4 and could have potential for growth. You know him. You love him. Okuyasu Nijimura. With the hand.
The handle! Oi, Josuke!
Oi, Jono! Notorious Big was in the back of the truck, so I decided to just keep scraping away until he no longer exists. Now I don't have my toes.
Or my cock.
Oh no! His flies down. He just has no pants anymore.
I don't even think that hurts, though.
Well, maybe not.
None of it would hurt. Because it's just, you delete it. Yeah. And then all that's left is skin.
Oi, Josuke, I was using the hand to shave my legs, and now I don't have my femurs anymore. Please get me a wheelchair.
It's just like, not you two.
I don't know. I would love... The hand would be pretty cool in Part 5. But again, the only fight that it would break is Notorious Big, but I feel like in that case you could just find a way for Okuyasu to leave the scene.
Yeah,
Which, that could be said for all of them.
Like, he takes a different road. Although, I have a feeling it comes back to the issue of Joestar Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he does... In his heart, there's no reason to stick around for him either. Because it'd be even more of a primal, like, idea in his head than it was for Koichi. Oh shit, I'm probably going to be in danger if I continue. Well, I'm out.
Well, I mean, Okuyasu is way more hard-headed than that. Like, if we remember, like, he just kind of, he goes with his instinct. If his instinct was telling him, you know, help him out, then I think he would. I don't think, like...
Well, that's what I'm basically talking about. It'd be more primal. His
I see.
instincts would probably tell him about the danger.
Oh, okay, it wouldn't be nobility, it would just be instinct.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know, I'm saying,
It comes back to, like, because, the kind of Joestar blood, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it kind of fuels the kind of Johnnyism in all the JoJo's that we see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pure, disgusting evil. The whole reason why Mr. Jotaro decided to fight so hard against Kekman, against Kekyoin.
Kekyoin! Is it cringe? Yeah. 20 meter... 20 meter vibe machine.
20 meter radius vibe splash.
And then it's just his dad is just bruh. Kekyoin.
Kekyoin. Kekyoin.
Crinjo. Where he just calls Dio just cringe. Cringe. What'd you do to him?
Crinjo.
Wait, no. Dio, his stand is za cringe.
Za cringe.
Kekyoin.
It stops your Instagram feed.
Oh no.
Makes you look at cringe.
Man.
Oh god, what is this tangent?
Oh yeah, apparently we'll hop onto another conversational topic then. Apparently Persona. Anyway, Sony has or it isn't Sony, it's Sega, the other company that starts with an S that I forget and don't really care about.
The
Sega
one who still has Sonic Team under their grip.
Sega has learned. They're like, wow, Persona 4 Golden did really well on Steam. Maybe we should port more games to Steam. And everyone's like, yes! That's actually something they've been talking about. So we could be getting more, content on Steam,
That sounds awesome.
I really just want console developers to wake up and smell the axle grease. Things really start, heating up when you put them on Steam. Or,
right?
on the PC alternative.
And then when you give Steam a little bit of money for advertising, it extremely blows up. Because people see it. Like, they boot up Steam to see about any sales before they start playing games or doing homework or whatever. And they're like, what the fuck? There's what on Steam?
Another furry game? Why? Oh, wait, no. Persona 4.
Persona 4 on Steam. Persona 4 Golden on Steam?
And for people who have never heard of it or don't have the stamina to look into emulation and, acquiring the game by slightly non-legal means, then, this is a nice alternative.
Right. Purchase.
Don't worry, I'm okay with Dolphin. I have Super Mario Sunshine and Double Dash downstairs. Smart!
Donks.
Just don't look at the rest of them.
Oh, yes. What is this? Oh, yeah. That notification is still on. Whatever.
I think you'll really like Poochie in part 6.
I've already seen a little bit of him, and he's a pretty interesting villain. Just like, oh, thank you. Are you really sure? Yes.
Just hey. Here, there's this thing right here. It's a little cross. Can you see it? No. Where is it?
Here, I'll give you a better look. Wait.
Yeah, I know. It's gruesome, but I mean, like,
that was honestly like
it's a character setter.
Funny shock. It's just like when Fugo stabs Naranchi in the face with a fork.
My final message: save the world. Goodbye. That's just what's written on the little corner. Just what is that? Save the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Change the world. Good.
Femur breaker scream. Change
Change the world. Having trouble there.
The world. My final message. Okay, let's make sure that my desktop audio is on. And for not getting my bones beaten in intentions, I'm going to leave the video off.
Why are we gonna get our bones destroyed?
I just don't want to risk it. Yeah, but...
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Okay, I know I was covering it for most of that, but I'm going to turn off the desktop audio because I get the feeling that my mic picked it up. Anyway, I want to watch it one more time. No! No, don't exit.
Ah, yes. We're definitely including that.
My final
No
message.
message.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I saw where someone was talking about this, and there's something, like, a little bit sad about it.
Right.
It's melancholic, I think is a better term for it.
Wait, it's all program errors? Always has been.
Wait, it's all been planned from... It's all been tangentless? Us? Always has been. I like the always has been meme a lot. It's legitimately good.
Uh-huh. And I remember there was someone trying to say that the gun wouldn't work in outer space without oxygen. But do you think oxygen gets inside the cartridge when you hit the primer?
Well,
No!
more or less, I think it might be an issue of he'd pull the trigger and he'd fly backwards. Because the gun is the source of,
The force.
Yeah.
Well,
The bullet would
yeah.
just kind of stay in place.
He's
or
on
it
the
wouldn't-
moon.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean,
he'd
gravity
probably
isn't
be able to
completely-
plant his feet down pretty well. But the thing about that is it's not that the bullet wouldn't move; it's that they both experience an equal force.
Oh, I see. But
They
still.
both move at the same velocity.
There's another meme that's been making the rounds, but I don't think I've,
Force.
like... No. I'm talking about, like, memes, as in, like, aside from the always has been meme. There's been another one, but it's extremely forced, and I don't know which one. I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head. It annoys me nevertheless, though.
Do you remember anything specific about it?
No, I hate it that much. Hold on a minute, let me browse my Instagram, I'll figure this out. Keep talking.
Wow, you expect me to keep a conversation going when it's just me? You fool!
No, I believe in you.
Do you really believe in me?
Yes.
Well, that's quite a foolish endeavor.
Well, then I'll stay a fool.
All right, go into the dunce
Hold on a
corner.
minute, this one. I love this
I've
meme.
seen that one like 2 times, but it's still so good.
One more time. You see, the funny thing about that video is that you can see him let go. That's funny. I'm not gonna stay hydrated.
You better.
Nah. Anyway, still, I don't remember which one it is, but it's just, it's.
No, I don't care, retard.
This is kind of cute. Look at it.
Oh,
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Would you like me to send this to you?
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'll take a picture so that way I can put it in the case.
Yes.
I don't know. I forget which one it is, but it definitely, it's a meme format that I just particularly don't care for.
Is it one where it's a guy dancing?
Maybe. I don't know.
Cause yeah, they put him everywhere, like in Minecraft and.
No, I don't think that's it, actually. I don't know. It's not good, and that's all I know. It's a forced meme.
Well, honestly, the one that I'm thinking of is actually pretty funny because of how many places it fits into.
There's no need to apologize. The meme. I don't know. It's all I know is that it isn't keck.
Mm.
And that's all that matters.
Well, is it cringe?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Or
Well,
it may not
I mean-
even be cringe. I think it's just bad.
So it's in between. That's kind of sad.
I don't know who this is. We're looking at memes, people. You'll have to forgive me.
Yeah, just fencing. What do you think kendo is? Japanese longsword fencing. According to a Japanese legend, when you cannot sleep at night, it is because you are gay.
Thanks, Instagram recommendations.
Thanks for letting me know. Now I'm glad I'm so glad that I know that I'm gay. I'm gay. All right, you're gonna jump off of the counter and say some gay shit, but like for some reason, it's almost like they edited the I'm and the gay together for that video.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe the meme is something I've seen on Instagram. I don't know. Anyway, it's bathed, and that's all that matters. Now let's talk about something we like Persona 2 art. Have you seen it? It's beautiful.
Or Persona 3 music. It bump.
Something that is good. The assets for the assets for. I'm going to beat someone.
P2 artery brain.
Since you want me to spell it out, Google.
P2 persona.
Bunch of beta males at Google. I'm going to kill someone. I'm going to bill someone. Okay, give me what I'm looking for. Like, this is actually pretty good.
Yes.
I love it whenever I just don't get the quality. I don't know. I haven't gotten too far in Persona 2, but I hear that, like, her, what's her name? Maya? I think it is. Yeah, her name's Maya. Apparently she's, like, integral to the plot. There's one scene I don't know. In general, it looks not.
Well, of course she's integral to the plot. It's the main character.
Actually, that guy's the main character.
What?
Apparently, an innocent. Okay, so
in
there
Eternal
are
Punishment. She's the main character.
I see. Well, at the very least, he kicks it off. You know.
I
I forget his actual name, but I called him Jamie Zappelli, and I cannot think of him as anything other than Jamie. Like, look at his face. He's just a Jamie.
Right. You made a Zappelli, even though he's a stand user.
Zeppeli.
He uses a stond.
He's wall-eyed. He's wall-eyed. That moment when GF die. I don't know. Anyway, I want to play more. I need to play more P2. It is good.
Persona 2 remake.
You'll have to forgive me, people.
Why is the quality so low?
That's just that's our punishment. Playback.
That's our eternal punishment.
Why
are you bringing it all the way up to 1080? You know your internet
Look at
can't
that.
do that. That is nice. It's gorgeous.
It may be that they're just making assets for it. Music's good too.
Uh-huh. It seems like they're just remaking her character. They just remade her character model.
Honestly, I would like a Persona 2 remake, but not with the Life Sim stuff added in. Because Life Sim would fundamentally break what Persona 2 was going for.
Right.
It would slow down the story, and I don't think that's meant to be. But I would love to see, like, the improvements that the newer games have offered. Oh, okay. So you know in Persona 3, there's the character Innocent Sin Online?
Yes, Maya.
The main character's name is Tatsuya.
Ah.
It's his natural name in Persona 2, I think. I think one of his names is Tatsuya. And like, the girl, Maya, she literally just says, like, oh, you seem like a Tatsuya. And I'm like, actually, I'm Josefumi, but, you know, sure, whatever.
Josefumi?
Yeah. Okay, I want to just look. I want this one. Look.
What the hell?
I love this art a lot. There's just something about the use of colors, the mix and everything. I love it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And then they only show half of the face. It also creates some kind of effect that I'm missing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know. There's a duality at play, but I don't know. I like...
Play too much music and they'll delete our video.
Yeah, I know. Atlas likes to beat us to death.
That just makes me want to cry.
NHK Studios has beaten us the worst.
Which studio?
NHK, Log Horizon. Because, we played the clip and we didn't talk over it, so clearly they had to beat us to death. And they
remember, whenever we play a clip from Log Horizon, just scream. Ah!
Oh, no. Tearjerker. Huh. I'll have to look that up later. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm saving that.
Okay. Cover art.
I love the original names. I just like how it looks. There's something about the color palette. I'm a big sucker for things like this. Like, it just looks good. It's clean. It's clean. Quality. Easy. Breezy.
Slick.
Cover girl. No. Well, she is a girl, and it is cover. But so far, like, all the cast members that I've met so far in Persona 2, they're really nice. Like, they're fun to talk about. I've not met him. I have no idea who that is. Who are you, Edgelord? Anyway, I like it. Something that does break my bones a little bit is that continuity is not on the table for a Persona series or a Persona game.
It just seems like I'm like the final chapter of I'm trying to come back to it. It's just so funny how it ended up in a bad way.
In what?
The final chapter for Demon Slayer.
Oh. Well, Demon Slayer isn't...
The ending wasn't bad, but it left me, like, foaming at the mouth for more.
Yeah. Well, the thing is... Okay.
Spoilers for Demon Slayer ahead. You might want to skip ahead a little bit until we're talking about something else. There's not going to be a timestamp, so you're just going to have to aim and hope you hit.
So anyway, the ending, time skip. I have no idea how long passes. It's essentially modern day.
Probably a few hundred years.
Yeah, and I like that we got a bit of a happy ending for them. We got a happy ending for most of the characters, but
yeah.
What do you mean? Like it left you wanting more? Because it doesn't feel like there is more to say.
It's because they just kind of, they start tipping over pots and hope the ashes cover the floor.
What do you mean?
The chapter before, and then it just. It's kind of like it does that, but for every Persona game.
I see.
It just skips over to the next universe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the constant is literally Igor. I have a theory. I think he may just...
He's a multiversal being.
Mm-hmm.
Super multiverse cluster being.
And Persona 5, he's able to even lower his voice. Hello there.
Ah!
Not just, I have a cold. Do you have any cough drops? Yeah, I do. Here you go. Thank you. Here's a Persona for your reward. What is this?
It kills you instantly.
My Persona is gun. Although, no kidding, that's literally your upgrade at the end.
The Emperor.
I don't know. I don't know how the other Persona games, like the final bosses are. I know that 2's is like Hitler or something like that. And that's just really... That's hard to wrap my head around. But then again, given that Persona 2 focuses on rumors becoming reality... So I can see that. I think that a remake might help that because, well, a little bit more theatrics. It feels a little bit underwhelming how they introduce it, but enough nitpicking.
Right, but, did you hear about Hitler coming back?
Oh yeah, Hitler's a wimp, and suddenly you can just beat him to death. Hitler didn't kill himself. Hello there, mine kids.
Mine kins.
Okay, I feel like... Okay, I know that we're shooting for having our own audience, but I think imitating Hitler is not the way that we should go about finding our own audience. I don't know if that audience...
Hallo, meinen Kinder!
Stop.
Just start speaking German casually.
No. Well, I mean, you could. You could do better than I.
Du musst lernen.
Mr. Worldwide. We're appealing to audiences all over the world.
Specifically in one country.
Yeah.
We just have our tendrils wrapped.
Yep, that's it. We have tangents going worldwide to Germany. But
What a
so
progression of thought.
I don't know. There's definitely. I wonder. I know that with games in general, there's a power progression of the bosses that you fight, especially in JRPGs. But I don't know. I like. Okay, so do you mind a little bit of a spoiler, Rooney, for Persona 5?
No, I don't mind.
You might already know it. Do you all, the audience, mind a spoiler for Persona 5?
I'm guessing you do, so skip
Hold on a
ahead.
minute. No. Hold on a minute. Let them answer. Come on.
Go ahead and let us know what you think about spoilers in this episode in the comments below.
So, anyway.
You know, like you guys don't do it all. What? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But, anyway, as for the, Persona, so for Persona 5, spoilers, at the end you wind up, like, it scales to the point to where in order to truly take care of the issue, you know, it's influencing the public is the goal. Mementos is the palace of the public, ergo you have to take down Mementos. Thing at the bottom, it bad. And you end up fighting a god. Like,
yeah.
And bit of the funny is you get essentially a stand evolution, and your ability is literally gun. It is demon
Joker
gun.
has a gun?
Looking cool, Joker! No, but I'll have to show you the scene later if you care to. It's funny. But I wonder if that sort of power progression is in the other games. Like,
to where you're fighting a god?
mm-hmm.
Well, in Persona 1, it introduces the main villain very early on.
Is he a god?
No, he's a man. However, through some bullshit, he gains godlike powers.
I see. You're a man, just a man, and I will break you. Once your city burns, then you have my permission to die.
Well, it's once
The
your
Batman.
city is gone. You have my
I don't remember Bane's quotes from The Dark Knight Rises that well. I mainly remember from the being just, they expect one of us in the wreckage, brother. And the guy just like eagerly nods as as he just goes down with the plane and suicides himself. I love that. It's funny. Bane's just like, he's a quirky man. He's nothing like he is in the comics, but he's kind of funny. He's got the goofy voice. Batman. My gums are stuck together a little bit. One of my dentures fell out, Batman. Do you see it? You're gonna have to pass it through the mask. Batman, I think this might be my denture. Hold on, man. Let me see if it passes the test. Oh, wait, was that you, Batman? Batman, I think I broke your back.
He just breaks the man in two.
Well, Batman, that isn't quite what I wanted to do, but while we're here, I have some philosophy to share with you. Remember, Batman, your city's going to burn. You should safeguard it. I accidentally sent troopers there earlier, Batman. I think your city might be burning. Climb out of this hole whenever you have the chance. Don't worry about how I'm getting out of here, but have fun, Batman.
Batman.
The Batman! You know, Batman, you and I aren't that different. We both like Campbell's chicken noodle soup when we're sick. You just should. Can you imagine Dark Knight Rises Bane? Like, okay, have you seen The Dark Knight Rises?
Yes.
You know the ending scene with Alfred and Bruce in Paris, or wherever, France, some white flag waving country, you know, meeting in like seeing each other in a cafe, that sort of thing? Yeah, I would love it. Yeah. I would love nothing more if Bane was just sitting across the table from him, mask on, just eating a cheeseburger. Like, Batman, are you getting seconds? They're just like, he just followed. Like, he didn't die either. Just, Batman, how exactly did you survive? How did we survive? Are we dead? Is this the afterlife? It smells a lot like Denny's.
Smells a lot like Denny's.
Batman, do you like 2 sugar in your coffee?
Do you like 2 sugars in your coffee?
I just want like a sitcom with specifically the Bane from The Dark Knight Rises just messing with Batman and just having fun. Like, they're sort of friends. Just, hey, Batman, I'm thinking about destroying your city again or going to Party City. Which one do you want to do? Oh, Batman, look at this. A costume. Black cape, the little ears. Remind you of someone, Batman? Here I'm Bruce Wayne. Ah, don't be so shy, Batman. I'd give anything for that.
Right?
Oh, man. I want that more now that I thought of it. Just,
Batman!
Batman, the paper came, Batman. Do you want it? He's standing outside Wayne Manor.
No, he's just standing in the rain, shivering.
He's holding up like a boombox, just Batman.
No, and it's playing the original show's theme song.
Batman. Except whenever it does the Batman, it's just very clearly him just getting close to the mic and just Batman.
Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Ow! You want to pull up a clip for comparison?
Sure, why not? And
Change
get
the
copyrighted
world
for that too.
Change the world, Batman. My final message. Goodbye, Batman. Anyway, Bane. I'm not spelling.
Did you have a stroke? Darkness speech.
Don't worry, they shouldn't be able to hear. Okay. What are you gonna do, YouTube? You're gonna take my bones for playing, your own ads? Huh? Are you? Come on.
Good.
Are you going to?
Not as serious as yours.
Not. Oh, Batman, I'm tired from climbing all these stairs. Who do I talk to put in an elevator?
Let's not stop.
Bane, you forgot your inhaler. Are you alright? You're breathing really heavy. It's allergy season. I hear it's oak.
And on ceremony here,
Why no, Batman?
Mr.
It's
Wayne.
Cedar.
Look at that. He's having fun.
Patience costume.
Well, Batman, did you upgrade your gauntlets? Batman! Quite good looking. Lucius Fox, did you pay him a lot, or I don't know, where did you get these from? A Party City? Did you take my advice? Cheap Batman.
Crunch.
I just want an alternate universe where it's literally Tom Hardy, but he uses Batman's name like a comma.
To your skies, victory has defeated you.
Victory has defeated you.
Batman, your fists smell bad. Here, do they smell bad to you? Oh, Batman, that you weren't supposed to let that happen. Batman. He just keeps hitting him. That guy looks so just tired. He's just like
He's just wondering why the hell he has to look at this.
he's like Batman this, Batman that. Boss, do you not care about any of us? No, it's just he's the Batman. There you go again, boss. This is not healthy.
But I'm fighting the Batman.
But I'm fighting the Batman. But Batman, he said he would go to Denny's with me. The Batman left out. He told me something about Bruce Wayne taking up all his time. Did the Batman leave me? Talked about seeing each other in a venue in Paris. Do you think it's going to happen, boss? What is boss? He yells at him. Boss, can you please fire me or kill me, please? I think death is a preferable alternative to whatever this weird conversation is.
And he's like, but the Batman.
Oh no, that's
What
the
is the
episode
word?
title. Okay, I guess
The Batman.
that's the episode title. But the Batman.
But the Batman.
The Tangents episode 11 featuring the Batman.
And Bane.
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 You sounded a bit like Demi What's-It-Sauce.
Shit away.
Dental health.
Dental care.
Oh no.
I wonder what the Japanese equivalent was about to be in that situation.
I don't know. I love the fact that was Shiroe's next dish out for him was just dental care.
He was about to call it dental care.
For those of you who happen to blink and you miss it, we've now decided to start talking about Log Horizon. I figured I'd make sure they knew so that way they could get on this train and join us. If you haven't read / watch Log Horizon, then what are you doing, man?
Right?
Come on. We want the best for you. So read it. Watch it. Easy.
Breezy.
Cover girl.
You were supposed to.
I was thinking I was supposed to say beautiful, but okay, we'll try this again.
I'm gonna have to. No, you can't. You can't fix this. If Crazy Diamond can't fix this, do you think you can? You're just immortal. You're no stand.
You're right, Batman.
Alright, time to take off your tanks.
I think the Batman bit has been the longest, bit that we've done in quite a few episodes. Comedic bit that we've
probably
stuck
quite
to.
right, Batman.
Batman, we have 12 views on our YouTube channel. Bane, what do you mean YouTube channel? Well, I thought it would be funny if me and the Batman had a YouTube channel of us fighting. Bane, you're embarrassing me.
But the Batman, we need the sponsorships, Batman.
What do you mean sponsorships? Like NordVPN?
No, like Raid Shadow Legends, Batman.
I hate Raid Shadow Legends.
And
I
simply
never respond to my emails.
And simply say, Batman, you play Raid Shadow Legends, Batman.
I used to. The RNG kept screwing me over. Screwing me over like that time that you broke my back because you thought I was your, what was it, contact lens? Your dentures? Who does that over their own knee anyway? Seriously, Blaine.
But Batman, I'm blind.
Seriously, this is
I
like
walk around with my nose. His eyes just don't work. He's going around with sniff.
He's wall-eyed.
He's sniff vision.
The Dark Knight Rises, but Bane is wall-eyed for the entirety of the film.
No, he's not wall-eyed. He's cross-eyed.
I think wall-eyed would be funnier just a little bit. Cross-eyed makes me think he's making fun of the Batman. Whoever edits this is either going to laugh really hard or really want to die by the time that we're done with this episode.
I know, right? Batman, what do you say? You edit the video, Batman.
Batman, you have that supercomputer, right? Yes, Bane. Why do you ask? Well, you see, I have some POG clips that I wanted to edit together for a compilation. It's going to be swag, as the kids say.
Are you willing to let me use the supercomputer for that, Batman?
Bane, I'm going to have to ask you to do me a favor.
What is it, Batman?
Please kill me.
I'm sorry, Batman, but I can't do that, Batman. That cock and ball torture is over, Batman.
Dark Knight Rises, but he didn't break Batman's back.
He broke his cock.
Just picks him up, holds out his knee, and just don't.
And then he's like, oh,
no.
but Bane, I needed that. But what woman would want to use that from you, Batman?
I'm sorry, Batman, but your bat saber is out of commission.
Your bat saber.
Yes, Batman.
Your bat rod is out of commission.
Batman, I was born in the darkness, molded by it. I didn't see the light by the time I was a man, but by then it was nothing but blinding. And then he punches him from behind.
Just.
Oh man, I would love. You see, we just need to direct The Dark Knight Rises this time better.
Yes, right.
Episode,
Batman!
Another potential episode title: The Dark Knight Rises this time better. Since that literally most of the episode is literally our Batman bit. Oh, I said it wrong.
Batman bit. There you go. I made up for you. And now for saying that wrong, I'm sorry, Batman, but I have to steal your cock.
No. I'm sorry.
Batman, I'm stealing your cock.
That did not sound like Bane from out there. It just sounded like you were just kind of imitating
Ah.
No, you're just imitating what is it called? Influencer. Just oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Batman, I'm what the kids call an influencer. Actually, they said incel, but that's the same thing, right? Batman, what does POG mean? Batman. I'm sorry, Bane. You've posted cringe, and for that, you cannot be allowed to live.
But Batman, I want to live. No, wait, Batman, please, no. Ah! Batman, I thought the Batman didn't kill.
I'm sorry, Bane, I'm willing to make an exception.
But Batman, when you kill a killer, the amount of killers in the world remains the same, Batman.
Great, I'll bring it up by 1. Just die.
But Batman!